Hello everyone, I hope you are well in this time and that you'll have set aside a little bit of time to practice some seated yoga postures. We'll come off our seats at some point, but we certainly will start in our chairs. So get yourself comfortable. Have some, I would say some bricks, but it's unlikely that you have any. If you do, then please do use them. Otherwise, some heavy books will do. I have a couple here and they would go under my feet. So just an example of big tome books that you can use to have as support. Remember that when you do practice, you first of all check that you're feeling okay and that you only ever go as far as you feel is comfortable for yourself. We'll start by centering. Get yourself comfortable, perhaps sat all the way into the back of your chair. And then you can have the palms facing up towards the ceiling, close your eyes, and just take the time to check how you are feeling within yourself, perhaps mentally. First, to notice what mood you're in. I know there's nothing wrong with the mood that you're in. You just need to accept and to perhaps try to sweep things to the corner of your mind. It is perfectly normal if thoughts keep popping up as you practice. Don't worry about that. But if you can, allow your awareness to become centered now onto your breath. Notice how the breath comes in to the body and how it comes out. Notice how far down in your body the breath goes. Also, how far out, perhaps to the sides of the body, to the front of the body, the back of the body, so all the dimensions. And now allow your awareness to scan through your body to start to notice what feels right and what feels not so right. Remember to only ever go as far as you feel is comfortable for your body. Slowly open your eyes. Turn the palms down towards your thighs. And let's start with stretching in the neck a little bit here. So from where you are, you're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, gaze over towards your left. Inhale back through towards the center and exhale over towards the right. Let's do this twice more. Inhale to the center, exhale to the left. Inhale to the center and exhale over to the right. Once more, following your own breath. Inhale all the way back through towards the front. This time let's take the front of the throat towards the back of the neck, so you give yourself a lovely chin double. Chin there, and then you stretch into the back of the neck by allowing the chin to come towards the chest. Then you're going to inhale and gaze back up. As you exhale, bring the shoulders right up towards the ears. So important that you keep the shoulders up as if somebody had lifted you by the back of your clothing. And then this time you can allow the gaze to be going up towards the ceiling because the back of the neck is protected there like the little V shape you've created with your shoulders. You can stretch the front of the throat, so you can even move your mouth around. Some lovely facial articulations. And then gaze back through towards the center, release the shoulders down. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. And then in the other direction. And I'm going to start to come forward towards the top of my chair, so that there is space a little bit more behind there. Have the four corners of the feet down to the floor, so big toe mound, little toe mound, inner heel, outer heel. And what we're going to do there is take the arms out to the side. So the palms currently are facing forward. And then we're going to take the thumbs down, so now the palms start to turn away. Then you bring those palms facing forward, and then you're going to take the palms up and the thumbs pointing towards the other side, so they go down, so the shoulders roll in, and then you turn back up and the thumbs go out, so the palms are up and the shoulders are turned down. Let's do this a couple more times. Ideally, this is going all the way up into the shoulders. If you're not too sure, you look so that you can see that your arms are moving. Now bring the hands forward, and then we're going to turn, make some little rotations into the wrists and in the other direction. Good, then take the arms out again, turn the palms up, take the fingers towards the shoulders, so the elbows are to shoulder height. Of course, if that's a bit too much for the shoulders or there's difficulties in the shoulders, you can allow the arms to be a little closer to the side of the body. Try to draw some circles with your elbows. They might be small to start with, and they may be down rather than to the sides. And then see whether you can make those a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, and eventually maybe the elbows will touch. And then we'll try it in the other direction, so you start to make those circles going into the other direction, and then I'm going to sweep in, and this time my elbows touch from the bottom up and out. Very good. Release those shoulders a little bit. Oof, the arms might feel a little bit heavy and long, so you can release them, give them a little bit of a jiggle, and then interlace your fingers in front of you. So now you're going to, as you exhale, you're going to round into your back, so that you have, imagine it, a very big beach ball there that you're hugging, and it's arriving towards your chest, so you're stretching. As you inhale, you separate the hands, you lengthen the spine, you take the arms into cactus arms or goalkeeper arms, and you chest bump. So the shoulder blades will go back there. So exhale around. Inhale, open up, chest bump. Let's do this twice more. Exhale round. Inhale, up. Good, let's do this once more. I've lost count actually. So rounding, inhale, and release. Those arms may feel a little bit heavy, so we're going to leave them alone for now. Something that I forgot to say is when you sit down, if your feet don't feel comfortably touching the floor, then this is when you use your blocks, your bricks or your books. From this, we're going to stretch into the feet a little bit. So if your strength or balance isn't so strong, you can sit back towards the back of the chair. Otherwise, here you're going to engage and then take the left foot forward and up, and then take some ankle rolls, and then in the other direction. Good, and then you can close and open the ankle. So you open, point, close, flex. There we go. And then we're going to release this foot. We're going to do this to the other side. So you lift and you take those ankle rolls, and in the other direction. Good. close, and then open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close. Release the foot down. You're going to slide the hands underneath the thigh. I forgot to say that you might also want to have a belt there. If reaching behind there is not so comfortable with the hands, then you can use a belt. Take the hands underneath there, and you're going to move the knees. So in fact, you may even want to take the legs a little bit wider, and then take those knee rotations, and then in the other direction. And then release over to the other side. Because I'm sat at the front of my chair, that allows me to sort of roll slightly back, also because my chair isn't completely flat. Try to engage the core. If you're already at the back of the chair, then as such here, you might just be able to not lift the leg so high so that you don't have to go back as much, if that makes sense. So you're taking those circles in one direction and then in the other direction. Good. And then from here, we're going to again come to the edge of the chair and then separate the legs quite wide here. Very gently, have the hands on the inside of the thighs and they're resting there. And you're going to inhale. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready? No one will see you, I promise, as you exhale. You stick your tongue out. So we inhale. As I do this, as I exhale, I'm gently pushing the hands into the inside of the legs. Inhale. Simhasana, the line. Good. Double whammy. You stretch the inside of the thighs and we stretch the muscles around the face as well. Walk those feet back through towards the center. This time you're going to stretch a leg forward, so the left leg forward. Hopefully you can see the entirety of my leg. If not, I'll push the chair back a little bit. I'm still on the edge of my seat. Still have space between my legs here. And I'm having the toes pointing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to inhale, lift the chest, and then as I exhale, just come forward until I start to feel that there is a pull into the back of the leg. I'm not going to go any further, but I'm going to allow time to pass here, a few breaths. Keep that belly button as if it was trying to kiss the spine, so it's going back. You're gently sucking it in if you like, so that you're not falling forward too much, too quickly. Ideally, you feel this in the back of the leg. Then slowly uncurl yourself back up. We'll do this to the other side. So you stretch the other leg, turn your torso towards that extended leg, and then very gently fold forward. You may also notice that it actually feels a little bit easier on one side than it does on the other. If you don't want to have your hands onto your legs, you could have the hands onto the supports, such as your blocks or your bricks. Slowly bring yourself back up. Good. Bend the knees again. Have the space between your legs this time, so take those legs wide. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold forward and down. Maybe the hands will reach the floor, maybe they'll reach some support. It doesn't matter what they reach towards, but you can feel that you're folding in. Maybe even the crown of the head will reach in the direction of the floor, so that you are stretching into the back of the back, literally, so you're stretching. This may also be felt into the thighs. There is no right or wrong in terms of sensations and of how you do the postures, as long as they feel comfortable to you. Not happy with having the head down, you can keep the back long and you'll still get a stretch into the back here. Slowly tuck the chin and curl yourself back up, so keep that belly in towards the spine. Good. Excellent. Bring those legs the feet parallel at least. We're going to take a little side bend, so you can have the hand onto the side of the chair. Take the right arm out, turn the palm up, and then here, really press your right buttock down as well and take a side bend. Allow the head to be soft. Inhale back through towards the centre and release. I realise that having a soft head doesn't actually mean anything, but I mean relaxed. So you've got, I'm going to shift to the other side a little bit. The right hand onto the side of the chair, I'm holding onto it. Left arm out, palm up. Shoulders relax, feet press down. Lift, make sure the left buttock is still down to the floor and take a side bend here. Couple of breaths. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Good, take a couple of breaths, noticing how the side of the body feel. Then you're going to lift the right arm up. Lift it right up towards the ceiling. Press the sitting bones down. Look up towards the hand. Reach, 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 and then release it down. Over to the other side, so you're going to lift the other arm. Those of you who know me will have known that now left and rights mean nothing to me. And then you're looking up, you're reaching, and then you're releasing. Excellent. Now let's see whether we can reach both arms. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up. So you're stretching. My arms are disappearing off the camera because it's extremely long. Maybe not so much, but we are getting that idea of reaching up and up and up while staying sat down. So we elongate the trunk. At the moment we sit a lot, we have to. So this just helps getting a little bit more space. Good, release the arms out to the side. And let's take a little side twist. And I shall move the chair so that you can see it a little bit better here. You don't have to move, of course. Now from this, I'm still on the edge of my chair. I'm lifting the crown of the head. And I'm going to take my hand, my right hand, either in the little nook of my chair here or even towards holding the back of the chair. So automatically my torso is twisting here. Take the left arm to the outside of the right leg. Keep pressing your sitting bones down. Keep your hips facing forward and your feet down. And then you may even twist from underneath the rib cage here. And if your neck feels healthy, then you can even have a little peek and see what's happening behind you. Gaze back through towards the center with the gaze, then with the spine. And we'll shift this over to the other side. So again, take the left arm behind you, wherever feels comfortable in the chair, the right arm to the outside of the left leg. You lift your trunk and then you turn from underneath the rib cage. I'm going to keep the front of the throat towards the back of the neck, and then I'm going to twist. This can feel quite intense, so only go as far as you feel is comfortable, remember. Then you gaze back through towards the front. The spine comes back through towards the front. Good. And we are going to, from here, take the arms forward. Take the left arm on top of the right arm. Just give yourself a hug. Hug, 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 hug. So as if you're trying to touch the shoulder blades. It is said that you need about 3 or 4 hugs a day. So if you live on your own, just hug yourself. That's one hug. Take the arms out, we'll do it on the other side. So this time the right arm goes on top of the left arm. And we hug, we hug, we hug. Good. And then we're going to release the arms out to the side. And just notice how you feel here. Take a couple of breaths. Now, let's see what we can do standing up, perhaps still with the help of the chair as support. Can you get up off your chair without using your hand? If not, no worries, you just push yourself up. Otherwise, bring the feet a little bit closer in, engage your core, press your feet down, maybe even the hands on the thighs, and then lift all the way up. I'm going to go towards the back of the chair here so that I have it ready for my support here. I'm going to take the chair a little bit more to the front only. Obviously, you need to make sure that you have the space in your home environment here. Now we're going to take the hands to the back of the chair, palms straight, and then we're going to walk back until we have a long back. So here we can even allow the head to fall between the arms, and you might start to feel a nice stretch into your back. Make sure that you don't go too far. And this is an equivalent of a down dog on a chair. So some of you might even feel it into the back of the legs. You can allow the head to dangle here. You can gently, as if you were pushing the chair away from you, so you can get an extra stretch here. Then very gently gaze back towards the back of the chair. Lift yourself back up as you walk the legs back through towards the chair. Let's now come to a little bit of a warrior two here. So still having the chair at hand, just in case. You're going to take the legs wide, then turn the right toes away, and then turn the left toes in. Then you bend the front knee. You turn the torso toward the chair. So the torso and the hips are facing towards the chair, and then you can lift your arms up and gaze towards the middle finger of the front arm. Whilst you're there, check that the front knee is not coming in too much. So you want it to be the outside of the knee turning towards the buttocks. You can take the hand to your chair still, or the hand to the back of the back hand to the back leg. Turn the front palm, lift up here to get an extra stretch, and you're also starting to get a little bit of a stretch into your hip flexors. And then come back through towards the center. Good. We're going to do this to the other side. So you straighten your legs. You can pivot straight away, so the back foot becomes the front foot and the front foot becomes the back foot. Make sure that you are wide enough, and so that if you have your legs parallel, that your arms are straight, that the outer edges of your feet are further away than the elbows, and only as far as your wrists. So you've turned the back foot, the left foot, which is for me my front foot, facing towards my wall here. I'm going to bend the front knee, make sure that that knee turns, the outside of the knee turns towards my buttocks, so I'm not falling in. I could have the hand to my support here, and I'm gazing towards the middle finger of my front arm. I'm very aware that I've got a wall here, so this is why you see me sort of shimmying and rearranging. Back arm to the chair or to the leg, turn the front palm up, and then take a little bit of a stretch. You can even take your gaze up towards your fingertips. That's your reverse warrior or your moon warrior. Come back through towards the center, hands to the hips, straighten the front leg, realign those feet, and then you're going to pigeon toe the feet back through towards the center here. Good. Find yourself long into Tadasana, your mountain posture. I'm going to go towards the back so that you can see a little bit better. I'm going to move my chair to the side so that I can have it as support if need be. Being onto your feet here, you're going to take the weight onto the right leg, lift the left leg, and then open the left leg out to the side to release it to the inside of the leg. Now the toes may come to the floor, or you could have your foot onto a block or a brick or a book to give you a little bit more height, but support yet. So you may well stay here, opening into those hips, or you can have the hand to the chair and take the right arm up, or whichever arm you are not supporting yourself with. So you could lift the arms up above the head, or you could have the hands in towards the heart, gazing towards your fingertips here. Allowing your gaze to be fixed on a point, sorry, that's not moving, means that you're keeping your balance. Your drishti, your gaze, is fixed, and your posture is a little bit more balanced. Good, release the arms out and down, release the knee to the front and the foot to the floor. I'm simply going to move around. If you want to stay in front of the camera, then you might need to move your chair around. Here, I'm taking the weight onto my left leg, coming up onto the toes of my right foot, or even taking it to the inside. And I may stay here, busying myself to keeping that balance and the knee opening out, or I might even lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, the right arm up towards the ceiling if I want to try it. Vrikshasana, the tree posture. Shoulders and ears away from one another. Then you're going to release, take the knee back to the front, the foot to the floor. Good, so this is your Vrikshasana, your tree posture. Let's come back to lunges here. Now also I'll primarily show you how to do a lunge sat down, because at the moment doing lunges will be very helpful to stretch this part that is flexed a lot of the time, so it doesn't get a lot of stretch, or is folded forward, sorry. So from here we want to extend this part of the body. So you're on your chair, you're going to turn facing to one side of it. For me, let's say I'm facing towards the right, and I'm going to allow the left leg to go towards the floor. Possibly I'm going to support it with blocks and bricks, so that here, actually one is probably enough for me. Here I can find that my shoulder and my hip and my knee are aligned. I've got my front foot down to the floor, and I can even lift the arms. Good. If you're standing at the back of your chair, you're doing the same thing, except that this knee is facing towards the back of the chair and the back leg is lifted. So you're here. This is your standing high lunge. This is your sat down lunge. And I can guarantee you that you are getting a nice little opening and a stretch. The arms are always optional, so if it's too much, leave the hands where they are, focus on that stretch in the hip. Let's try this on the other side. So I'm going to bring the back leg a little bit more forward up until it comes all the way in line with the other leg, and then I'm going to move to the other side. So this time my left leg is the one that I've just worked on, is the front leg, and then I'm going to release the leg back. So tailor-make your support to your body. It would be asking a bit too much for my knee to reach to the floor straight away, and we want to ease into things rather than to just abruptly get into them. That's not recommended in any way. So again here, make sure that you are quite comfortable. If you are got the shoulder, the hip and the knee aligned and there isn't so much of a stretch, then feel free to bring the support a little bit more back, as well as your knee, making sure that you can still keep your hips aligned. And from this, you can lift the arms up or not, it's entirely up to you. You can focus on the work that is happening into the hips. Remember, if you're standing, the back of the chair or not, You are here, so the back heel is still lifted, the arms may be lifted, the front knee doesn't go beyond the ankle. And then we're going to release, so we're going to bring that leg to the front, gently so that the back accommodates itself. We come back through to the front. We'll take a little bit of a back bend here by taking our hands behind us. We can do this standing or we can do it in the chair. If you're in the chair, you're opening the chest and taking the back of the chair. If you're standing, you are here, taking the hands behind you. If you can't interlace the hands, simply have the hands onto the buttocks, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. And you can stretch the hands as if they were going towards the skirting board. Keeps opening the chest. And if you've been cooking, sitting, reading on your computer a lot, then you're counteracting the folding forward by opening up. Good. Then you're going to gaze back through towards the front. Unless you're already at the front, of course. Good. From here, let's find a little folding forward. Again, you may sit on your chair and do this with the legs wide and simply fold forward, or if you're quite happy to do this from where you're standing up, two ways of going down. This depends on your back. You either tuck the chin and then slowly allow yourself to roll down as if you wear sort of a pearl necklace being picked up off a jewelry box and then put back down. So vertebra by vertebra. You may even bend the knees so that the hands reach the floor, your support. Or you've got a tricky back and doing this vertebra by vertebra is not going to happen. Maybe you have fused vertebrae, in which case you take the hands to the hips. You inhale, you lift. As you exhale, you're like a deck chair. So you're halfway, you bend the knees, and then you fall forward. So you do this, the long back or the pearl necklace back. Whichever way you are, you're allowing the head to hang down, unless, again, that's not advisable for your high blood pressure or glaucoma. So you would take the hands to the shins or the thighs, and you would keep yourself long. So the crown of the head would be forward. You'd still get a little bit of a stretch, certainly into your back and the back of the legs. If you're all the way rolling down, maybe you're even holding onto the opposite elbow and allowing yourself to dangle down here. Remember, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. You can have the legs as wide as you want to. This is your practice. You accommodate yourself. You're inverting, so the heart is higher than the head on this one. So the head is lower than the heart. And in this case, you want to make sure that it feels comfortable. Tuck the chin in, either come back opposite of the deck chair, halfway and then all the way up, or you engage your abdominals a little bit, navel in towards the spine, you press your feet firmly and you slowly uncurl yourself back up. So that last but not least, the crown of the head comes all the way up towards the ceiling and you're giving yourself a couple of breaths here. Let's come back to our seat, to come back to our relaxation suit. So from here, I'm going to use my blanket. Here's one I folded earlier. There we go. You can be into the back of the chair and be quite comfortably released there. I'm also going to use my supports on the floor so I can raise my feet simply so that then I can allow my knees to roll out. It feels quite comfortable for me to be like this. Perhaps you've got very long shins, long legs, and then you don't need anything like this. You can have a blanket around you. And this time the palms are facing down towards the thighs. You can close your eyes. We'll take a couple of moments to let go. And we let go by noticing, to start with, how we are feeling right now in our bodies after those postures that we've practiced on the chair and off the chair. Hopefully your joints feel oiled up. Your breath worked a little bit more in unison with the movements of your body. And here you're allowing the breath to rest, your body to rest, and your mind to settle. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose unless it's not comfortable for you. Separate your teeth and your lips and allow the face to completely relax. Allow the thoughts going through your mind to just be like passing clouds in an otherwise blue sky. There are always going to be things going on around you and inside you. Let them go for now. Notice your breath. Perhaps even the sensations in your body, your skin. And stay here for a few more breaths in silence. Feel ready to. You're going to rub your hands together actively for a couple of breaths to create some heat. Keep your eyes closed, separate your hands, take them to your eyes. Feel the warmth. Open your eyelids behind your hands. Very gently release the hands down towards your legs. Let's take one breath, inhale, arms up. Release the hands to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. I salute you. Namaste.